For years, Chipotle sat at the top of the fast casual food pyramid. Giant burritos, heaping bowls, and lines looping out the door made it feel almost untouchable. But today, the chain feels off. Sales are cooling, the energy is fading, and younger customers, especially Gen Z, aren't nearly as impressed as past generations. So in this episode, we break down how Gen Z quietly knocked Chipotle off its throne. Before Chipotle, people craving Mexican food usually ended up at Taco Bell. It wasn't authentic, but it was cheap, fast, and filling enough for most Americans. Taco Bell's quirky creations like the quesarito were fun, even if the menu sometimes earned jokes about what it might do to your stomach. This was the norm, until one chef decided the bar could be raised. Steve Ells, a trained chef with experience in San Francisco's Mission District, fell in love with the massive, flavorful burritos sold there. When he opened the first Chipotle in Denver in 1993, using an $85,000 loan from his father, he had no idea he was launching a phenomenon. Money was tight, failure was likely, but customers immediately sensed something fresh was happening. Chipotle became one of the earliest pioneers of fast casual dining, a hybrid between fast food and sit-down restaurants. You could customize your meal right in front of the staff as they assembled it with freshly prepared ingredients. The menu stayed intentionally simple: tacos, burritos, bowls, and a small selection of sides. But what really drew people in was the meat. Unlike Taco Bell's iconic ground beef blend, Chipotle's proteins were whole. Seasoned cuts, grilled chicken, steak, carnitas, barbacoa, and later rotating specials and plant-based options. Word spread fast. A second location followed, then a third. Ells abandoned his original dream of opening a fine dining restaurant after realizing he had struck gold. By 1998, McDonald's became a major investor, helping the brand explode nationwide. By 2005, Chipotle had more than 500 restaurants, and in 2006, its IPO became one of the most hyped in restaurant history. With all that momentum, the chain expanded into Canada and later into Europe and the Middle East. But the glory days wouldn't last forever. Despite its success, Chipotle found itself stumbling sometimes in spectacular fashion. The chain repeatedly made headlines for the wrong reasons, starting with a disastrous stretch in 2015. A norovirus outbreak in California sickened more than 200 people. A salmonella outbreak followed in Minnesota. Then an E.coli event hit locations across 11 states. And yet another norovirus incident hit Boston shortly after. What seemed like a freak accident turned into a pattern that damaged the brand's reputation for years. The FDA got involved, and over the next 3 years, more than 1,000 people became ill. Chipotle paid a $25 million fine, but the real cost was its reputation. The chain's labor controversies didn't help either. Chipotle repeatedly found itself accused of denying overtime, violating scheduling laws, and even breaking child labor regulations, most notably in Massachusetts, where it faced more than 13,000 violations. Each case ended in settlements, but the hits kept coming, making socially conscious diners think twice. Customers also grew frustrated. Some felt the quality slipped when Chipotle centralized parts of its food prep. Others complained that portion sizes seemed smaller, even though prices kept climbing, often outpacing inflation. Viral videos showed skimpy bowls and burritos padded with rice. Chipotle insisted nothing had changed, but independent testers found portion sizes could vary by as much as a third. And then there's Gen Z, arguably the biggest challenge of all. Younger consumers grew up with far more access to authentic Mexican food. Thanks in part to Chipotle popularizing the concept, local taquerias and new fast casual competitors are everywhere now. Why pay $12 for a bowl when you can support a neighborhood business and get more food for less? Gen Z is cost-conscious, skeptical of big corporations, and unafraid of boycotts. Chipotle's history of labor issues, food safety scandals, and its lack of Latino representation in some campaigns all make it an easy target. Chipotle's leadership has changed too. Steve Ells gradually stepped away, eventually leaving the company entirely. Ironically, Chipotle's current CEO once ran Taco Bell. Without its original founder, the chain is venturing into new territory: robotic avocado processors, drive-through lanes for mobile orders, and even drone-delivered burritos. But technology alone may not fix the brand's image. The truth is that Chipotle helped shape the modern Mexican food landscape in the US, and that success created its fiercest competition. Now, in a world full of authentic taco shops and customizable bowl chains, Chipotle feels less like an innovator and more like the old giant trying to keep up. It's not disappearing anytime soon, but the era when it defined fast casual dining may be ending.